Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from absolutesoulsecrets.com and I'm here to do what does Spirit want to tell you right now. Now, I found some old tarot oracle cards that I've never used before, and these are Scott Alexander King Animal Dreaming Oracle cards, okay? And I have a very close connection with animals anyway, especially Australian animals. Obviously, I'm Australian. I live on a property in the bush, and so I have met many different types of animals living here and on previous properties. So let's go now to the board, and I want you to pick a number between 1 and 5, just whatever number pops into your head now, and I will do a psychic interpretation of the cards for you. There is in this book, there is interpretations available that you can look up, but let's just see how we go. I'll do it psychically because I'm not one for looking up instruction manuals. Just ask my husband, he'll tell you. They're rather large cards, so they are a bit more difficult to shuffle. So if you've picked card number 1, this is for you. And this is what Spirit wants to tell you right now. Okay, so we're going with that card there. Closing my eyes now. What do I see for card number 1? Card number 1. Okay, I see the landscape, and there's like a creek, and then there's like a crack. Maybe like an earthquake or something happening. We actually don't get many earthquakes in Australia at all. And the few we get tend to be, you know, very low grade ones, although we have had the odd dangerous earthquake. But there's like a crack in the earth, and I feel this is like something in your body that is opening up, and a whole lot of stuff coming out to be purged. And even Prince Harry says that. I don't know if you can hear him in the background. And we have Spider, the weaver of dreams. Okay, so these Dreamweaver spiders, I haven't seen an orange and purple one, but I have seen these spiders, and they've got white on them, I think. Anyway, this is about weaving the dreams of your life, and it's almost like making a tapestry, and you can see, you know, your pattern, you can see your colours, you can see your direction in life. If you take a bigger picture view, if you're looking at all of the details, it may be hard to work out which piece goes where. But this is about weaving, taking control and weaving your life. And karma does come into it, sure, yes, but you can respond to that and choose how you actually deal with it. Okay, so let's have a look in the little book here what it says. Spider, it's number 44. 44. Okay, number 44, whale. One more page. We're sticking together. Okay, Weaver of Dreams. Reminds us that we are creators of our own lives, and we choose the directions we take. I was just talking about direction. Every night the spider weaves her web, and every morning she pulls it apart, fully prepared to reweave it again later that night. Her web is symbolic of life. We are all essential strands in the web of life. Each of us is imbued with strength and wisdom to make a vital contribution to the planet. And that's really important, that point, because we all have a mission, and sometimes we get caught up in our normal everyday world, and we are distracted by that rather than doing what we're supposed to be doing, the mission that we have on this planet. So firstly, you have to become aware of what your mission actually is, and then you have to fulfill that mission. So Spider encourages us to explore life and to investigate the strands that lead from one centre of the web. From the centre of the web, some will offer rewards and others won't. As we journey the positive strands, life seems abundant. A wrong turn, though, will represent a strand that offers nothing. Life becomes dull, and with all attempts to free ourselves proving futile. The web of life is riddled with pitfalls, and it also promises greatness to those prepared to take risks and work hard. As the weaver of dreams, Spider urges us to explore life and to reweave our web when our path becomes barren. She helps us reclaim our power and bring our dreams to fruition. She warns, however, that in order to open new doors, we must first close the old ones by facing our fears and making choices that promise new beginnings. If Spider has woven her way into your cards today, we all yearn to take control of our lives and to make a difference to the world. We yearn to believe in ourselves, to have faith in our ability to heal and to realise our true potential. Well, you are being reminded that Spider nurtures the wisdom in you to make your healing possible and your life more abundant and fulfilling. Now is the time to acknowledge your vulnerabilities, face your fears, and strive to achieve your dreams. So embrace your purpose and your personal power. Spider is calling you to reconnect with spirit and to remember that you are not apart from the world in which you live, but rather a vital thread in the universal tapestry. Did I talk about tapestry? I think I mentioned tapestry. I've never looked at this. I've got no idea. I don't even know where they are in the book. So there you go. I think I talked about that. Without your input, the tapestry will fray and eventually fall apart. Maybe I dreamt it or something. Okay, that's card number 1. So do let me know, because I can't remember what I said at the start. All right, so let's look at card number 2. If you've picked card number 2, okay, we'll go with that one. Close my eyes now. I've got a really bright blue in front of me. Reminds me of the ocean, but it's not that green. It's not water like this here. It's bright blue. Okay, so this is particularly for any star sign that is associated with water. Okay, so Pisces, even Aquarius, which is the water bearer. Aquarius is an air sign, in fact. Okay, what else do I see? Scorpio. Cancer. Yeah, and Cancer. Okay. All right, what else do I see? Okay, so I see a spiral in front of me, and it's like going around and around in circles. And sometimes there's two sides to this. Sometimes you might feel like you're going around in circles, but you know, another thing is a circle is a completion in itself. And so you might be completing something from the past that has been hanging over you. So ultimately, circles are great because you complete the unfinished business, what you needed to complete. Okay, let's see what card comes out. And it's the possum. Okay, anyone who knows anything about possums know that they are opportunists. Okay, so it's called Possum Opportunity. And possums will get into your roof and they will find any way they can to get down into the kitchen, you know, to get food and stuff like that. They make so much racket in the roof, and possums in the roof is pretty Australian sort of thing, actually, even in the big cities. Sydney and Brisbane, not so sure about down in Melbourne, but yeah, certainly Sydney and Brisbane, a lot of people have possums in their roof. This indicates to me that there's some opportunities coming up, and you want to grab them with both possum paws if you can. As far as the blue water, I saw this is probably something to do with your subconscious and your feelings. And if you listen to your feelings, they're going to give you a clue that the opportunities are there or coming soon. Okay, so possum, and that's number 30. Let me find 30 in the book so I can read this to you. Possum Opportunity inspires us to see opportunity in any condition, to productively harness all opportunities to our best advantage, to gently ride on the back of any circumstantial generosity afforded us until we are comfortably established, after which retreat should be executed in an honourable and discreet manner. Well, yes, they do. Possums do retreat, but if you've ever seen a kitchen destroyed by a possum, there's nothing discreet about it. They're like bears. If you think of how bears act with food in the States, They're obviously not as dangerous, but they really do have a terrible bite and terrible claws. So they can kill your pets. I haven't heard of possums killing any person. But yeah, they will attack a cat or a dog. So to take opportunities by the horns when it is offered, and to believe 100% in your total worth and life purpose. To act on every thought and to honour every possibility as a potential for growth is what separates successful people from ordinary folk. Possum urges us to see our life as a foundation on which things can be initiated. He encourages us to seek out new experiences and attempt new things. Although possum is ideally suited to living in the hollows of trees, the idea of squatting in the roofs of human dwellings posed no moral dilemma for him at all. Of course not. If possum has ambled into your cards today, you are being asked to remember who you are and what agreements you made with yourself before commencing your earth walk. What did you want to achieve? Where did you want to see yourself ultimately? Pay close attention to the opportunities afforded to you at this time, for new ways to develop your abilities and to enhance your growth are on offer right now. So grab them with your possum paws. Identify and discard all feelings of self-doubt. That's where the water comes in. Yeah, okay. Because that's where the source of feelings are, your subconscious, okay. Discard all feelings of self-doubt. They simply keep you from furthering your skills and employing your talents to the best of your ability. Possum's appearance heralds the chance to better yourself and to take advantage of your knowledge. Opportunity knocks for those who are alert to its presence. So long as you are willing to work hard and apply yourself, it is acceptable to gently ride on the back of any opportunity that is presented to you. The wealth locked within the authentic self is filled with great possibility, and all it takes is the courage to access it and birth it into the light of day. Possum's appearance in your cards may mean that you have a freeloader in your midst, someone who is taking advantage of your generosity. The best way to expel a possum from your roof is to install a sensor light. Nocturnal by nature, possums hate bright light, so with lights turning on at the slightest movement, they will quickly find an alternative dwelling. Yeah, send them somewhere else. Using a similar approach to illuminate your squatters' sponging ways, visualize their light turning on and staying on whenever they enter their bedroom. They will soon find it impossible to stay as a result. Well, there you go. Look, I like all animals. I like them. And in Australia we have certainly dozens of different types of possums, but I think we have a couple of hundred actually. And you can get beautiful tails. They have big bushy tails, our possums. So that's number 2 if you pick card number 2. Okay, so card number 3. Card number 3. So hard to shuffle. Card number 3. I'm just looking for one that really invites me. Okay, let's go with this one. Okay, I see in spirit, I see the colour black, or it's dark, like charcoal grey, perhaps. Something is hidden. Reminds me of a crow or a raven or something like that. Hidden information or hidden opportunities could come your way. Something will become light, and you'll have insight into something that was almost like a secret, or something that's been lost for a long time. Okay, the card that comes up is the koala. Okay, koalas actually come in different colours. You can get brown and you can get right through to the dark charcoal grey. And you can tell a lot by a koala by the condition of its fur and the colour of the fur. So sometimes when they're not well, there's a disease here called chlamydia that wild koalas get. And if they're not well, their fur changes colour. A local vet told me that recently, because we have a wildlife refuge here, a hospital for animals, and they see thousands and thousands of koalas every year. And koalas, they're sort of a strange animal because they look cute. Look at that face. They're beautiful looking sort of creature. And, you know, you see various pictures of politicians, you know, nursing koalas. Look, if you pick up a koala, I wouldn't recommend it. They have the absolute sharpest claws, and they'll wee on you as soon as you pick them up. Politicians find that out. And at night they make a terrible, terrible noise, like you think someone's been murdered. So they're quite territorial. If another male koala comes in, they'll make this terrible noise. So they're not as they seem. So I'll close my eyes. What do I see around koalas? Okay, I see it's like a hose and a lot of water coming out. So this is a very emotional topic for Australians at the moment, because 71% of our koalas have been killed in the bushfires last year. And so there's a lot of emotion in Australia about this. You may be feeling emotional if you've picked card number 3. And so it's really important to realise that any feelings you have are valid. So don't let people talk you out of your feelings and say you shouldn't feel like that, or it's inappropriate to feel like that. No, there's much more going on if you've picked number 3 and your emotions are coming up. So just allow them to flow, regardless of you know, what other people say, or you know, what you think about them. This is card number 34. And inner journeys. If you come across a koala in the wild, you will find it in one of 2 states: awake, feeding and tending to its young, or dozing in the fetal position, its rump securely wedged into the fork of the tree. That's mostly how you see them, actually. They do come down on the ground, and then that's a problem, because if there's dogs around, dogs will often attack koalas. It is believed the koala slips into an altered state of awareness after ingesting the eucalyptus leaves that form the heart of its diet. While in this state, it is mused that it can enter other realms of reality or journey deep into the inner landscape. Okay, so that's where your emotions come in, because your emotions are key to those altered states of consciousness. So you don't want to push those emotions down. Once there, it is thought that the koala gathers knowledge and is able to offer healing in ways not considered physically possible in the tangible world. Koala also fosters the notion that as spiritual beings, we inherently know the answers to all of our questions. With the knowledge we seek stored deep within our consciousness, koala demonstrates the healing flight we must take in our personal quest for answers. It embraces the inner journey to the core of the deepest self. To journey with the koala is to quest for the ancient knowledge and spiritual awakening hidden within our consciousness. Koala represents a sacred journey that is unique for everyone, an expedition that supports the individual needs and requirements of all people. If koala has snoozed his way into your cards today, you are being assured that you inherently know the answers to your questions. Now is the time to start taking notice of your inner self, your innate connection to all the information of the universe. Stop looking to others for corroboration, advice or wisdom. Take responsibility for your own life, your own path and your own destiny by listening to your heart of hearts. Koala says that you must start your own journey, a quest that will unlock answers you seek from a place hidden deep within your essence. The journey must begin today. Koala's healing journey is an experience of unimaginary proportions, a flight beyond the boundaries of the physical body. With koala, your potential for growth and transformation strengthens and your sense of self escalates. To fully embrace koala dreaming, you must first take responsibility for your own healing and trust that all will evolve as it is supposed to. Okay, so hope that makes sense to you. Okay, so now we're looking at card number 4. Card number 4. Okay, let's go with this one. Closing my eyes now. What do I see? For card number 4, there's a door opening up in front of me now. So this is a door to another existence. I get the colour aqua, so that's the blue and green. It's been coming through a lot lately, blue and green together. That's the energy of your heart, your deepest passions being expressed through throat chakra. Okay, also get the door behind me being closed. So it's like you're leaving one chapter and beginning another chapter. Okay, and it's the bowerbird. And dowry is the word. Now, bowerbirds, these are the most beautiful bright blue birds. Sorry, they're not actually bright blue. I think they're just sort of shades of brown. Yes, but they love the colour bright blue. And they will steal all sorts of things like clothes pegs, bottle tops. In the old days, we used to have milking glass bottles with bright blue bottle tops. And bowerbirds will steal anything blue to feather their nest. Okay, so just be aware if you pick card number 4 that maybe you need to be careful with your money and your possessions at the moment because these birds will take anything blue. Okay, so number 31, bowerbird dowry. The male bowerbird is most famous for its bower, an arbour-like mating nest constructed from interwoven grasses, twigs, bark and rootlets. Looking more like a golden arch than a nest, when complete, the bower is decorated with found objects of beauty, odds and ends found with passionate intent, as decoys to attract and inspire a suitable mate. Satin bowerbirds, for example, have a particular weakness for things coloured blue. Blue pen lids, blue drinking straws, pieces of blue paper, blue clothes pegs and blue bottle tops. There you go. That's nearly word for word what I just said. Any discarded or lost item that can make its way into the satin bowerbird's nest, so long as it's predominantly an attractive shade of blue, that's what will happen. Yeah. Expert pilferers, bowerbird raids the bower. Identifying acquisitiveness as its main weakness, the bowerbird validates its behaviour by proclaiming it a necessary facet of its dreaming. It cleverly translates an obviously infatuated mindset into sensible and realistic preparations for the future. As if it were to ignore its innate desire to gather and collect, the male bowerbird would have nothing to present to its prospective mate as a dowry. Okay, that's where the word comes from. From the female bowerbird's perspective, the male who collects the greatest amount of objects will ultimately prove to be the most suitable mate, the beauty of his bower signifying a superior level of determination, dedication and effort. As with all animals, potential mates are chosen depending on their deservedness and worthiness, with a belief that affirms the stronger the mate, the stronger the offspring, ruling their final decision. Accumulation and contribution of bowerbirds' gifts to the people. Prudent observation of what is required while employing appropriate and constructive follow-up action is the message of bowerbird. It indicates that when you are readying for change of any sort, the trappings, information and resources required to ensure a successful and abundant future will be available. By appearing in your cards today, bowerbird is making preparations for the next phase of your life, encouraging you to begin gathering all together what you need to ensure a productive future for yourself. He is asking you to build your bower, to prepare your dowry, be it in the form of extra or further study, saving self-worth, spiritual development, or something else. Well, there you go. Okay, so we're up to the last card now, which is card number 5. And I'm going with that card there. Closing my eyes now. What do I see for card number 5? What spirit wants to tell you right now? Okay, I've got a little birdie coming in here. Oh, what are these ones called? Like a willy wagtail. They've got the sort of flaring out tail, the tail that flares out. And sitting in a tree, you know, it does look like a eucalyptus tree, by the way. Okay, so birds are always about taking the bigger picture. And try to look beyond the details. Often the details can come in and really sort of confuse or cloud your mind. It's like when you're renovating, you've got 1,000 decisions to make, and there's thousands and thousands of wallpapers to look at and thousands of kitchen cabinet handles to look at, and you've got to try and narrow it down, classify and analyse, you know, what is what you want. So too here, sometimes you can get distracted with all of the decisions and with all of the things you have to do in order to live. It's better to look at a big picture concept sometimes, and that way you don't get confused in detail. Let's see what comes up. Oh, it's a bird. Surprise, surprise. Okay, this is a cassowary. This is quite rare in Australia now. They live in my state, up the top of my state. There's not many of them left. There's probably only a few thousand left. This is the biggest bird in Australia. They are super protective. If ever you're here travelling and you go up north of Cairns in the Daintree National Rainforest, that's where they are, never approach a cassowary because they will attack. So these are... Actually, emus are bigger than cassowaries, so this must be the second biggest bird in Australia, I think. But they're a very handsome looking bird with a blue head and the gold hair and the red and the black. Okay, respect is the word, and if you ever meet a cassowary, you would do well to stand back and respect this animal's space, because they can be quite aggressive, especially defending their lairs. Card number 15 this is. Okay, but this teaches you respect, really, doesn't it? You know, respecting your space and respecting other people's space. Okay, here we go. One creature or another occupies every square inch of our Mother Earth. The moment we leave our space, we step into that of another person or another. We become their visitor, invited or not. When we drink from a stream or pick fruit from a tree, we are sharing this source of nourishment with other creatures. We share the air we breathe, the warmth of the sun, the refreshing breeze of the four winds, and the rain that falls from the sky, with every other living thing on this earth. We have to view our life as being the only one we will ever have and honour this chance to the utmost. I could talk all about, you know, reincarnation there, but I won't. This is the only life we have with the consciousness that we have now. We have to look at every lesson as presented, and each one being more important than the last. We only have one earth, and it is up to us to honour the space that we inhabit, or I would say cohabit, while we are here. If cassowary has swaggered into your cards today, you are being asked to address your sense of sacred space and the way in which you treat the sacred space of others. If we honour and respect our space, others will learn to respect theirs, and if we honour the space of others, they will learn to respect ours. It is okay to refuse the inappropriate or interfering ways of others. Our sacred space is our territory, and we have the right to feel safe within it. Our home and everything associated with it, our possessions, our body, our feelings, our values and beliefs can all be viewed as sacred spaces. And just as a wild animal will only allow other animals who instinctively respect territorial boundaries to enter their sacred space, we are encouraged by the dreaming of the cassowary to follow suit. It is not important what other people think about you. How you view yourself is what counts. You have to live with yourself and feel proud of how you go about doing it. Cassowary says that in order to attract respect, it is vital to radiate self-respect, to show pride in your achievements, to radiate self-worth, and to adopt and mirror the favourable qualities of people that are drawn to you, rather than focusing on their negative traits. Wow, that's really meaningful for these times now, because, you know, it really is a case of what you give out, you get back. Okay, so how did you find this? Please leave me a comment and let me know what you think about these cards. Like I said, I've never used them before. I'll just put that like that. And but I found them very interesting, actually. So thanks for coming today. I just thought I'd do something different. Use a different deck, you know, because otherwise it could get really boring if I'm using the same cards all the time. So do let me know what number you picked and what your animal was and how that relates to your life right now. If you're new, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that notification bell. That'd be great. Thanks so much for watching, and I shall see you again really soon. Okay, bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.